Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. My name is Derek, and today I'm joined by Karen.
Hello.
And we're back for more General Hospital covers. We're just covering the week of August, what was it? Oh, God.
18th?
18th to the 22nd, yes. Tommy, roll the credits, and we'll get right into it. What a fantastic week. It was really, really good. There were so many great moments. I don't even know where to start. It's just one great moment after another. There were some things that were hard to watch, but overall it was really good.
I think it was a good week for Cameron Matheson.
Yeah, he did great. All right, so we'll start with Sonny and ADA Turner, where we left off. ADA Turner has eavesdropped on the conversation with Drew and Sonny, and we have propped up Sonny yet again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both saw that coming, right?
I don't like this because, it's just, he's too old for her. Mm-hmm. And she's just another dark-haired, dark-eyed girl. They all look like his mom. It's some kind of weird mom thing.
Yeah, agreed. So Drew insists that Willow gets a generous visitation schedule, and he's going to send Michael to prison for assaulting him. Drew also wants Sonny to sell his peers to Sidwell, yada, yada, yada. Drew mentions that his chat with Wiley set Michael off, and Sonny is furious about this.
Yep.
Sonny kicks Drew out, and ADA Turner steps back in, and she is very shocked that Drew was trying to extort Sonny. We're not shocked.
Why is she shocked? I mean, I know he's a congressman, but he was just seen doing a drug bin shots. Yeah, body shots.
Yeah, escort.
This man's not above reproach, guys.
Right? Sonny is happy though that ADA Turner gets to see the real Drew.
Yeah, because this works for his plan to convert her to an asset.
Yep. And Turner seems concerned over what Sonny might do instead, and she warns him against retaliating. So GH and Stella has agreed to talk to the insurance fraud agents.
Should not have done that.
Question, which is a bad idea.
You don't talk to anybody without your lawyer present. Even if you are super innocent and never done anything wrong a day in your life, do not talk to them without help.
No. Portia is annoyed because Jordan calls Curtis to let them know that Stella's being questioned, and they head over to the hospital. So then we have at the Home the Heart studio, Brooklyn speaks to Flora about Lois, and she tries to give her Lois's perspective about the situation with Gio.
Right.
So then Martin has a meeting with Maxie, and Maxie tells him that she's going against her partners with deception, and she's going to be going to the authorities about what happened with Sonny's corrupt money.
Yeah, she wanted an outside opinion on whether or not it was a good idea to go to the police, and whether or not she should stay silent because she feels uncomfortable with it. I mean, her adopt uncle is the police commissioner, works for the police commissioner. He was the police commissioner. He was the only police commissioner that ever caught anyone.
Yeah. And she also wants Martin's advice because she's afraid they can kick her out of the company if she does.
She doesn't want to be kicked out. She doesn't want to screw anyone over. She really just wants to do what's best for her, family, and the business.
Right.
And Martin gives her good advice. He's like, you got to do it.
Right. Yeah, he was right.
He's like, this is the only way to protect you and your assets and your families. You got to do it.
Brooklyn pops over and she's curious about what Maxie and Martin were talking about, as is Lucy, who says, don't take this guy's advice.
Yeah, so a beautiful week Lucy was on.
All right. Then Maxie gets dragged off for her TV appearance on the show before she can talk to them about this. And then then Lucy finds her way to I guess this is before, but Lucy's with Sidwell and they're flirty at Windermere before she heads over to the studio, and then they share a kiss.
Yes, they kissed and Marco saw it.
Yes.
And Marco's like, are you serious about her or what's going on? And he's like, I really like her, but I don't know yet.
Well, I think he likes her, but I think his agenda for Measure C and everything else is a lot more important right now.
I think so. And I don't know how much he likes her or if he is doing what Sonny does, which is cultivating her as an asset, because she is useful. She knows everybody in town and she's a real estate agent.
Right.
And they have a business deal.
So then we have, after Lucy has left, Drew comes in with updates on what he did to what Michael did to him and punched him, and he talks to him about what happened with Sonny. And Drew says he plans on sending Michael to jail and get Will her kids back. And Stillwell says this is not a great idea, and he thinks that retaliating is not going to work.
Also, because if you take away Michael from Sonny, he has nothing to lose, and he will go nuclear, and he will attack like Marco and everybody else around them.
Right. And then Drew leaves, and Marco speaks with Sitwell about their goals not aligning with Drew's, and that he could become a liability.
I agree with Marco. This is not unusual. I love Marco.
Yeah.
Marco's really grown on me. Like when he first came on, I was just like, I don't know, what is this, a trick, a trap? And then he's just really been growing by leaps and bounds.
Right. So then we have Lucy and Maxie on air with Flora Gardens, played by Susan Batten from One Life to Live. Luna 2.0, basically. Yeah. If you watch One Life to Live in the 90s.
And you should have. Why did I was watching.
It was really nice. Yes, it really was. So Maxie's on air demonstrating the face cream, and as soon as she rubs the face cream on her face, she looks like she's about to keel over, and she does, and she collapses, falls to the ground. Everyone is very concerned about her and wonder what happened. So we'll swing back to this in a second. We're going to go to Five Poppies in Croatia. Pascal is trying to drag Pascal away from Jason by making up excuses about the lab. And then, so we don't get a Jason Britt reunion at this point. It kind of gets thwarted by Britt. I guess she doesn't want to talk to him, or she's trying to protect him. I wasn't really sure yet what it was.
I'm not sure yet either. I think she's worried that if someone who knows her is there, they'll move her, because she was already worried she wouldn't be able to go back to Paris.
Or she's worried someone's watching them. I don't know, something.
Yeah, she's nervous.
Right. So in Jocelyn and Vaughn's suite, she picks up the gun from the
struggle
guy that was struggling with Vaughn, and then she ends up shooting him dead. Well, not dead; he was dying. But
okay, so this was horrific.
Yeah,
she shot him in the throat. The man's drowning in his own blood. Yeah. And Vaughn picks up a pillow and smothers this man.
Smothers him, yeah.
You could have shot him again with the gun. It has a silencer on it. Like, there was no need to make that guy suffer. Plus, we don't know who that guy is and who sent him. And Vaughn made sure he could never talk.
Right. And then they decide they're going to go dump his body somewhere. And then Vaughn says he's going to turn off all the lights. So they're going to see you. It doesn't matter. You're dumping a body.
He's like, listen, I'll get all the lights turned off, and then we'll drag the body to the cliffs and basically heave-ho him, and then, like, good luck to us. We got to get the hell out of here. And she's like, but we're so close, and I need to talk to Britt before we go. And I just kept thinking, wow, this is her second murder in, like, 6
right,
months.
And already having visions of killing Cyrus. So
she's so traumatized. Yeah, she needed therapy, not the WSB. It's ridiculous. I do love her, though.
Yeah. Jocelyn also tries to convince Vaughn that she can talk to Britt and get her to open about Professor Dalton's research. And Vaughn and Jocelyn will delay the return home, but Vaughn thinks her cover's been blown and they got to get out of there.
I don't know if I agree with him, because I don't know who that man was or who sent him.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know who he was.
I don't know. I don't know about that yet.
Right. After Vaughn sends Jocelyn to get cleaned up, he finds her fully clothed in the shower, looking traumatized by everything that has happened. Vaughn gets under the water with her, fully clothed, and then he comforts her, which is weird. No chemistry, no.
They don't have. This is the thing. All the chemistry between them still feels very forced and very manufactured. They just don't have the right chemistry. I don't know if they need to recast Vaughn or if they need to kill this storyline. I'm not sure. Just the two actors don't have any chemistry together.
No. And I hate the fact that they're trying to tell us to like them. We don't like them.
Yeah, right? It's kind of very forced. That's
something Tommy brought up in the podcast we did with JLJ. It's trying to find some, like, when they're forcing them on you, it's not working. Where's the story? There's no story.
It should be really organic. And the reason you can't buy into it is because they are like doing it through flashbacks, and they're showing you scenes that we saw and saw no chemistry in, and then they're trying to be like, okay, well, the character feels this way.
Right.
But we're not seeing it in their interactions. We're not seeing it in the story writing, and it just doesn't feel right. Now, obviously, I hate Vaughn, so that's fine. But like, I hate him because he's underdeveloped.
Right.
I don't know anything about him. I feel like he has to be a double agent. It doesn't make sense for him to be anything else. And yeah, maybe they could redeem him after that. But like, too many things are fishy in the way he contacts Brennan and the information he passes back and forth. The fact that we know Colette is not to be trusted. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces on the board right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if they know what direction they're going in, but like them in the shower together is like, it's kind of like a, you know, like in the 80s when someone did drugs and then they would dump them in the shower and then make them walk around.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the same thing, but for trauma. We've seen this before on multiple shows where like they get in the shower together fully clothed. Like, it's just a shortcut. It's like a shortcut to say that they're getting closer because they're sharing trauma.
Right.
But we know nothing about Vaughn. So it's like, what trauma is he sharing? Like, what happened in his life? Why do we care about him? We don't, because we don't know anything.
So they get out of the shower and then they get undressed and they make love. Which
that's not make love. They have sex.
Yeah, whatever.
They have trauma bonding sex.
Trauma. Okay, Josh loves trauma sex because remember what happened when she was almost killed by the hook? She had sex with Dex for the first time.
Some people do this, like, not me, because like, ew. But like, some people do this like life affirming sex where they're like, something really bad just happened, but we're alive. Let's bang. And like, to me, that seems like the weirdest thing to do, but like, it seems like a really natural thing for other people.
That's like the last thing I would think of. I'd be like, no.
Literally, I'm like, let's have a shot and relax because we just went through something dramatic. And they're like, let's have unprotected sex with somebody we don't even particularly like.
Right.
I hope it wasn't unprotected sex, but they never tell you on this show. And then people turn up pregnant. Please don't get pregnant.
Jason shows up in Britt's room and he's looking for her, and then they look at each other. I think that was the end of Monday's episode. Or
what a moment!
Yeah, their glance, those eye contact was
oh my god,
great.
Her face, like these two, Kelly and Steve, I'd say their names like we're buddies. Their chemistry together is like off the charts. Like see all the world building they're trying to force on us to make us like Jocelyn and Vaughn, but like these two actors just look at each other and I'm like, yeah, I'm back in. I want them together again, even though he does not deserve her, and she tells him that.
Right.
I'm glad she did that. By the way, I was afraid they were going to gloss over it.
All right, so we'll talk about Carly. Carly was at the Metrocode pool, and she has a very heated confrontation with Nina about Willow. And I thought it was great. I really enjoyed Cynthia Watros in these scenes. She was awesome.
Also, Laura Wright is my favorite Carly of all time. I don't know what other people think, but like she is hilarious. And when she just like swatted Nina into the pool, I was dying.
It was so funny. And the look on her face, she was like, when she actually did it.
She was defending herself, and I would have laughed my ass off too if I knocked her into the pool. She came at her. She got what she deserved.
So she also says that she and Willow are never getting near her grandchildren ever again, and then Nina clocks back, but she stops and makes sure to ask the witnesses how they're doing, which was really funny. Since we watch her, so comedic timing was like amazing.
She's great. She's great. She does a lot with facial work and movements. Yeah. That is just incredible. I just really liked Carly because Carly was like, and that's the last time you try to hit me. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Laura Wright is great. She's wonderful.
So Michael heads over to Sunny's and he's meeting with Diane and Sunny to strategize about him punching Drew.
Yay, Diane.
Yay. I'm glad Diane got ahead of this. Good job.
Diane was just like, guys, what do I tell you? Don't talk to the police. Don't hit anybody. What's happening? She's always so mad. Right? That's why she likes Jason best because
Michael learns what Drew's demands are for Sunny, but he doesn't want his father to give in to Drew, nor does he want to petition the board to give Willow visitation rights. Michael admits to Diane and Sonny that he thinks that Willow is Daisy's stalker, and he thinks that Willow is unhinged right now. And
Me too.
This is right. So it all boils down to witnesses and who could help Michael prove that he was deliberately provoked. So hopefully they're trying to find somebody that can prove that
there were a lot of people in the restaurant, and there should have been surveillance, but I mean it's Carly's, so oh no, it got deleted.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Immediately. I wonder if you work on staff there and like there's like a standing order. I always say this about the Quartermaines. There's like a standing order in the booth, like if any incident happens with a Quartermaine, you just delete it.
Yeah.
Corinthos, just delete it. Get it off of there.
Right.
You're like, delete.
Well, we're back at the Home and Heart studio, and the EMT says that Maxie has had a heart attack, and he wheels her away on a gurney. Lucy is quick to mention that Maxie had a heart transplant many years ago, which I watched. I was there.
I also watched. It was very depressing. Anytime they try to re-show it and like package it in a special, I fast forward and I'm like, no, I was traumatized once, never again. I don't need to see this sadness. But I thought it was really impressive, and I give them crap for not doing the medical stuff correctly because they don't do any medical stuff. The funny thing is, like, they had her on a backboard, they had her on a gurney, they had an IV, they had they bagged her, they were doing CPR, like they were doing everything this time around. It was a little weird that they didn't do epi for, like, he said epinephrine instead of epi, which was cool. But like, good job doing the medical stuff.
How they handled the whole thing. It was very realistic.
The only thing that wasn't realistic is because they're on the eighth floor nurses station, and that is not the ER or this. So like when they bring her into the hospital, they brought her right up onto the main floor instead of through the ER, because they don't have an ER anymore.
Right.
But they had everything else. It was great.
So Brooklyn starts calling people, and she even calls Lulu, and Lulu's like, "What do you want? Like, why are you calling me?"
It's the same as Portia and Jordan called. It's like, why did you call me? Although Portia was in bed with her husband when the girl who's a threat to her marriage called, so I get it.
Right, yeah.
Lulu's just mean.
Yeah, she was mean.
No, she did great this week.
Yeah, she did. So then we have Elizabeth annoyed over Drew trying to get his black eye a priority when there's other patients they need to treat.
She's like, listen, you can go through the ER and all, but you're going to sit there and wait for hours because it's triage.
Look at urgent care right now. So
yeah, she's like, literally, you could go to urgent care. He's like, I need it documented, blah, blah, blah.
But luckily, Felicia comes in and gives Drew the paperwork, and then he is on his way. So, yeah. So, and that in the process of this, she misses Brooklyn's phone call. Then Maxie is wheeled in soon after that, and Elizabeth is horrified, along with Lucas and Felicia, that Maxie is in a grave state. Lucy arrives and comforts Felicia, who is in a mess over Maxie's condition. Christina Wagner was phenomenal all week.
Let me tell you that Lynn Herring and Christina Wagner were incredible together because like they have been friends for a long time, like begrudgingly, if you remember in the beginning.
They were begrudgingly in the beginning, yes.
Lucy just decided that Felicia was her very best friend and never let it go, and kind of almost Stockholm syndromed Felicia into becoming her friend.
Yeah.
In a charming way that I really wish people would do more on the show today. So like seeing them in how close they were. And also Lucy was very close with BJ. So like this was a whole kind of, I know you were like, I'm not thrilled about this throwback, but like I was, because it makes sense that they would bring up her heart if she has already.
Not that I wasn't thrilled about the throwback. I like when they use history like this and they bring it to old right now. But I don't like that it was, that Sidwell went after Maxie's heart, but he may not have known.
I don't even know if he went after her heart. I think what he did, because remember later on the week, they find out that there's some kind of enzyme in her blood.
Right.
And that's what's keeping her unconscious. He may have been trying to knock her basically into a medical coma.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
Probably because she's on...
I felt better, but yeah.
Yeah, and that probably interacted maybe with her rejection drugs, like her anti-rejection drugs. Oh, we don't know because we don't know what it is. But I don't, and this is going to sound like, because I don't really want to make Sonny the hero again. I kind of actually prefer Sidwell. I'm gonna say that like he did not intend to hurt her. He intended to scare her, and it went wrong because of the heart transplant.
Right. So Lucas is able to revive Maxie finally after many attempts. Lucas informs Maxie's husband that she is now stable. There's some talk about what they could have triggered Maxie's whole ordeal. And Lucas wonders that maybe the cream caused an allergic reaction. Lucy argues it has to be something else because Maxie was part of the product testing and everything was fine.
Yeah, except that one was tampered with because of the woman that handed it to Maxie was very enthusiastic for some reason. And I was like, don't take that. Don't take that from her. It was too late. She didn't know.
Right.
That lady works for Sidwell.
Yep. So we're in Anna's office right now, and Turner is asked her to open up an investigation into Drew Kane. Turner has reasons to believe Drew is abusing his position, but Anna needs something more to go on than that.
So funny because like Anna's like, bro, you can't just walk in here and tell me to open an investigation. You got to give me evidence. And like, Justine's like, I can't really tell her because all of it I acquired while I was at Sonny's house eating dinner, which I cannot be seen to be doing.
Yeah.
So it's like she's at this impasse where she wants to open the investigation, but she doesn't trust Anna enough to tell her what she heard, even though Anna knows Sonny. So like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she needs to keep herself above reproach, and telling Anna would give Anna a lot of control over her.
So Drew eventually comes in and interrupts to report Michael's punching him. Oh my God. And idiot Turner jumps at the chance to make him think that she was on his side. I like Turner being sneaky, though. I like that.
Oh, she's good. She's really developing now. I like her now that she has a first name.
Yeah. I keep calling her Turner. I'm going to call her Justine. Justine.
Well, because you're not a real character on the show until you get a full name. You know?
But Justine suggests they need Drew's statement along with any other evidence, but Anna points out that Michael would have to have his own documentation inside of the story first. They would have.
She's like, otherwise it's he said.
Right, exactly. So back at, let's see, Five Poppies, we're in Britt's room, and Jason asked she asked what Jason was doing there, and he explained that he saw her in Paris getting on the plane to Croatia. Britt makes it clear that she didn't need saving and she was never going back to Port Charles.
She also says, you have no right to ask me that.
Right, yeah.
And she shoves it in his face that he would do anything for Carly, and he abandoned her multiple times for Carly. And she said, well, you saved my mother, and I had to crawl begging to you to get you to save my mother. So I guess we're okay. But I'm not leaving. I don't need you. Piss off. And I was like, yeah! Yes. Talk about using history properly.
As soon as he said that he the reason why he stayed dead was to protect Carly, she got jealous as fuck again.
He was so cagey about it because he's like, oh, I was picked up and there were RICO violations, and she goes, you wouldn't do that for Sonny. So you did that for Carly. And she's like, oh my God, you did that for Carly. And she's like, you suck.
And she called him a selfish son of a bitch, which was great. She said she will not forgive him and that she wasn't going to waste another minute on him.
And every time he was like, well, what happened to you? How did you survive? And she goes, that's none of your business. You didn't earn the right to hear that story.
Something very interesting. She said that her Huntington's disease was in remission. So
that's that drug that they're giving her.
Right.
I think it's a placebo. I don't think she has Huntington.
Right. That's possible.
This is a frame up.
We both had that theory for a while. I agree with you.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
I don't remember who had it first, but
I don't care. We both agree with one another.
But anyway, Jason also warns that the WSB has flagged this place and says that Britt is in danger. So Jason assumes that somebody helped facilitate Britt's demise, and he asks her if they gave her a choice or if she was just waiting for the right moment to take her.
She's like, I can take care of myself.
Yes. Britt offers to get Britt out of there, but she says she doesn't need saving. Britt warns Jason to get out before she calls security. And Jason wonders what would happen if she indeed called them. Britt finally
I think she's really angry with him. But I do think she's also trying to protect him in this situation. I think she amped up her feelings to make him leave.
Yeah. And I want to say Kelly Thiebaud did awesome.
I love her.
She was great. So good.
Do you ever see her TikToks? You should watch them, guys, if you haven't. They're probably on her Instagram or whatever, but I watch her on TikTok.
I'll have to check it out. I'm
She's
just
very funny. I'm always on TikTok.
So at GH, Lucas voices his concerns to Liz since Max still has not woken up yet, and she definitely should have by now.
The longer you're unconscious, the worse it seems for cognitive function.
Right.
And also, she was down for an undetermined amount of time, and I don't know how long she was down without oxygen.
Yes.
She'll be fine, but still.
Yeah. They're just making us worry.
I am worried. I love her.
Yeah, so there's nothing to indicate that Max's body is rejecting her heart. Like we said, there's definitely an enzyme that is causing these issues.
Right.
So, let's see. So Curtis convinces Stella to meet with Alexis because the whole thing with Martin didn't work out because he's also being investigated for the fraud. And this is where Martin puts together that Drew was behind this.
He also feels so bad. Because he's like, I inadvertently got you into this situation because I trusted a friend. And like Curtis was super surprised when he said that he didn't care about Drew anymore and that Drew had fired him. But it didn't matter because he was going to quit anyway.
Right.
But it's like he was so upset because Stella helped him out and Drew used that information to screw Stella.
Right. And also, Stella does admit that she did fudge dates. To help.
Yo, I'm with Stella.
Stella's a badass. I love her.
She is. She's like, hey, if their thing lapsed and I could change the date so that it wasn't lapsed when they had, I'm not ruining somebody's life over medical debt. And I was like, absolutely, you are correct. And like, Alexis is like, I agree with you, still illegal.
Right. In the eyes of the law, it is.
Like, morally correct. In the eyes of the law, fraud. So, and then she's like, I'll just take my lumps, whatever. I love working at GH, but I'll go down swinging. And Alexis is like, you can go to prison. She was so surprised. She's like, prison? She thought she was just going to get fired.
Right. Curtis also realizes that Drew is the one who incited this investigation, so he is very livid right now.
Yeah, he wants blood, and he should never have took his eye off the ball on that one.
Right.
He was warned.
And Michael even warned him. He's like, are you sure? Are you sure Drew's going to back down?
He's like, oh, yeah, he told me he's going to back down.
Right. So then Lulu offers to go be with the kids so Spinelli can be the first person Max sees when she wakes up. Spinelli sits by Max's bedside and vows to ask her to marry him as soon as she opens her eyes. So that's very reminiscent of Sam and Dante back in September. They did the same thing with them.
He was so sad and it hurt me so bad.
Yeah.
I don't like when he's sad. I just don't. He's like
very sad. I loved him in these scenes. He did a great job too.
Oh yeah, incredible acting.
Yeah. So Cody, Mac, and Felicia are all together, and they're all baffled by this whole ordeal. Cody comforts Mac about Maxie and how she's the one that convinced him to stay in Fort Charles, which is really sweet.
I can see why they decided to make him Mac's son. They look similar.
They do.
And they look really. I like them together. They look very.
They have great father-son chemistry. I really like him, and I love when Max said that like his greatest joys were raising Robin, Maxie, and Jordan.
We've known that. He's never not said that. He loved those kids, and like I know before they were like, "Oh, were you ever sad you didn't have one that of your own?" And he was like, "No."
Yeah.
And then they gave him a son.
Mm-hmm. How cute! I love it.
Yeah, I'm sad it ruined him and Sasha though, but.
I know. But Anna speaks with Felicia at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And that was also a really great scene between Finola Hughes and Christina Wagner. Very sweet, very touching.
The 80s, 90s cast killing it today.
Yeah. She said, what did she say? I wrote this down. Felicia was concerned about Anna. Well, Maxie's heart giving out, and Anna assures that Maxie loves life and she's strong like Felicia, so everything's going to be fine. And I don't know, it was just a very nice, warm moment between the two of them.
It was, because like what Felicia's worried about is the thing that really happens is that like these hearts, when you do the heart transplant, they don't always last forever.
Right.
And you end up getting a second heart transplant or not. And so that's a very real concern. And also because it was BJ's heart, it was super special to everybody.
Right.
And Anna's like, she's got a really good heart. And it was emotional.
Yeah. So
everybody was like putting in work this week.
Yeah, exactly. So Elizabeth gives Lucas a pep talk and everything that he did everything right. Now they just have to wait for Maxie to wake up on her own time. We talked about Mac and Cody, so we'll talk about Lulu goes to Maxie's house where Emma is babysitting because she recruited her earlier to be the babysitter while they were at the hospital. Emma hears the latest news about Maxie before heading out, and then Liesl arrives to see James. So Lulu allows it since she thinks it would be good for James. And I loved this scene so much with Liesl and Lulu. I really think that Lulu could see that Liesl is not the same person she was back in the day. I think that she was impressed with how
she handled the kids.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time she's seen her in an environment with Maxie's family, because it's her family, and right. how she is outside of the events she like her daughter calls and the craziness she used to do. Like, remember, Lulu's frame of reference is like so old.
Mm-hmm.
And like everybody's changed. And so, like you said,
I think Lulu's starting to realize that this week, because I think she still sees everybody as they were in the past. She doesn't see people as they are now. And I think this week she's starting to see that.
Yeah, and I think it hit her hard with Liesl, because Liesl was very soft and caring and understanding with the family. Mm-hmm. And she even understood the ramifications of Max, because she's a doctor, that Maxie's not waking up right away, and like didn't give that information to the kids. And I'm just sick of the Georgie as brat storyline. Like, we need to stop doing that, because like when Georgie came in and she already knew that Maxie was hurt and kind of blurted it out and hurt James with that information. I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, why is Georgie still brat? Like,
yeah,
it's been like 2 years of that. Like, they didn't get her into therapy or talk to her about her nasty attitude.
So Lulu actually expresses her gratitude to Liz, since she didn't know how she was going to handle telling the kids.
Right.
Liesl admits that she was worried since Maxie hasn't responded for so long, and it's most likely that she will slip into a coma.
Right.
Yeah. So we're at the Metrico pool, and this scene with Drew and Gio was pretty funny. Gio rejects the fuck out of Drew. Drew is trying so hard to coerce him on his side, and Gio's not having it.
He's like, they were mean to you. They were mean to me. Can't we just vis-a-vis become like? And he's like, you suck. Go away.
Yeah, get out of my face.
Like, he's like, you slept with your nephew's wife, you weirdo.
Exactly.
Nice scene for Gio this week.
It was good, yeah. So Drew meets with Martin soon after and fills him in on his plans to take Michael down via the assault. Martin gets Drew to admit that this was about getting Willow her children back, but Martin points out that Curtis could help Michael through positive media coverage at Aurora. So Drew argues that Curtis would be too busy helping Stella with her fraud investigation, so Martin wonders what this is all about. Drew claims that he just heard things as a congressman, and then Martin clearly suspects he was responsible for ratting Stella out for the insurance fraud.
Right. And that's why he ended up going to Stella immediately to try and make it right. He tried to help her at the hospital. He tried to make it right this time. So, like, Martin's really... The only reason he was working for Drew was for money.
Right.
So, like, give him enough of your immoral BS and Martin's out.
Right. So we're at the PD now with Diane, Michael, and Sonny, and 88 Turner. And Sonny wants to speak to 88 Turner forever. And Diane's like, I strongly advise against this. Listen to your lawyer, Sonny. Come on.
You never listen to this woman.
You never listen to her.
So much money to not listen to her. That's why Jason's her favorite. She says it every time.
Jason just says whatever she says.
Jason never speaks. He's the only one of you that's smart.
That's true. So Sonny grills Justine, who insists that she would recuse herself from the case if it moved forward because of what she overheard.
Right.
Chase eventually returns from interviewing 9 witnesses at the
This was great. Chase telling
them recall seeing Michael hit Drew. So Did these
No one
people
thought.
just hate Drew too? I guess they just.
You know what? Like typically, this is remember New York, so they were probably minding their own business,
Right.
not at their own dinner. And then they probably heard shouting and looked over, and it was after the punch. Or everyone in town hates this congressman.
Drew is
Funnier.
totally outraged, and he accuses Carly of getting to the staff to lie for Michael. Drew also feels that Sonny bribed all the witnesses,
And
and
that Chase is a bad cop.
right, yeah, Trace is a bad detective, bad at his job.
He's like, you're Michael's roommate. This is why you're doing this.
Right. Turner does defend Chase though, which I liked. Yeah.
No, I liked it. I just don't think Chase is that good of a cop.
Yeah, we know that. They can't solve a case. They haven't solved a case in months.
Not according to Jason Morgan. Did you see the little video of them accepting the award
That was
for
really funny.
solving all the If you haven't seen that, guys, it's on TikTok and Instagram.
It's really, really funny.
It's super cute.
Drew eventually says that Martin will be his witness and confirms that he saw everything. 88 Turner urges Martin to sign his name because Drew signs. He said, what was his lie? It was like something really.
Drew's statement was just basically like, I'm an innocent party. I walked over to talk to the kid.
Acting unprovoked or something, something like that.
His story was really like hyperbolic.
His narrative was so ridiculous. I was like, what the fuck?
When Martin was listening to it, his face said that.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't know. We got to talk about this. And then they go outside, and Martin's like, what the hell was that? And he's like, that's my statement, and it's the truth, and you're going to sign it. And he's like, no.
No, you're going to drop the charges against Stella, and then I'll sign your statement.
And he's like, no.
He's
like, you're not going to drop the charges against Stella. And he's like, oh, it's already in motion. There's nothing I can do. And he's like, well, then I'm not signing your bullshit statement.
Right.
And he goes in and he's like, well, then you're fired. And he's like, fine.
Right, exactly.
And I was like, yeah, Martin.
So Martin does refuse to sign it, and 88 Turner tells Drew there's nothing she can do without witnesses.
Well, I'm sorry.
Drew goes into a rage, and Cameron Atkinson's eyes bug out.
Yo, so good.
Take everybody down, no matter what he has to do.
Yeah, he's done.
Killed it. Killed it. I hate Drew so much, and Cameron is an awesome here.
Cameron Matheson's been really, really crushing.
Yeah,
he is becoming more and more unhinged in every scene you see him in, and I
eat it up. I can't wait to see.
Dude, with a spoon, it's so much fun.
All right, so Michael faces Drew's wrath as well, since Drew is determined to get Willard's kid back. So we talked about that, but yeah.
Yep.
So we're at the hospital again, and Lucas informs Maxie Lubin that there is an anomaly found in her blood, which is the enzyme that we talked about.
Unknown enzyme.
Right.
Feels like WSB.
I've never seen anything like this before, and Anna asked if Maxie could be involved, be a victim of foul play. Which
Anna immediately had WSB vibes. You could tell. She's like, this is some DVX crap right here.
This is some biological some shit.
She's like, unknown enzymes. I feel like there was a storyline before where they had some kind of unknown enzyme, but if you know, chat, post it in the comments.
I'm pretty sure there was. There's definitely something.
Post it in the comments. Somebody knows.
So
I'll do some judicious Googling later.
So back at Google.
I messed you up.
Aurora, not Google. Curtis wants to fight back against Drew, but Stella is prepared to face the consequences of her actions. But Alexis says she could go to prison. And then Curtis is like, that is not going to happen. My auntie is not going to jail.
No, not for being a badass. Like, she shouldn't go to prison for that. The insurance company should go to jail for being awful.
Right, and this is when Martin shows up and apologizes for accidentally informing Drew about the insurance fraud. And now Martin is in enemy territory when it comes to Drew as well. So they're all on the same side.
I love it.
Yes. So, okay, I want to know how you feel about this. How did you feel about the fantasy that Molly had working on her novel?
Okay, so it was really funny that she named the guy Clint Buchanan.
Clint Buchanan, yeah.
There's One Life to Live superstar.
Right.
It was so dumb but funny. But I kind of enjoyed it. It was more like early 90s GH than anything
That's kind of
else.
what I was thinking too. Yeah, it was
It
early.
reminds me of Courtney when she had her famous Thanksgiving Day delusions, and I like stuff like that in small doses. If it gets
Right.
too big, it's annoying. But like her, just I like that they've given Molly this storyline where they're pulling her away from being super serious and the victim of all of Christina's machinations for a minute, just to be like, I have a silly little crush and I'm writing a silly little book, because like that's what happens in real life. Some people are going through super serious stuff and other people are walking their dog. So this was kind of fun for me. Also, she looked adorable. Her outfit was cute. She was great. And the interactions with Michael were wonderful.
Oh, that was so good. I'm so glad that because Michael, Morgan, Christina, and Molly were all very close when they were young. And I'm glad that they acknowledged that this week. That was really great.
Yeah, and they also acknowledged that Michael and Molly think the same way.
They do.
They're both super overcautious and they think everything through, whereas like Christina's not. So like they are much closer because they have similar personalities.
Yes. So let's see. So I want to go back a little bit because Cody arrives there to pick up takeout and Molly approaches him with a horse-related question and Cody kind of dodges her. And Molly
he goes, I don't know. Look it up.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
Google it. I think he's
basically. He's like, but she doesn't know that Maxie's in the hospital or anything.
No, and that's when Christina arrives and tells Molly what happened with
and then Molly feels bad because she's a person.
Yeah, she
is.
A
good person.
So Molly's on her way. That's when Molly runs into Michael, and we just talked about that. So that was great.
Yeah, and he just said, because she blurts out, she's like, I think I have a thing for Cody. And Michael just cracks up laughing because, like, it's such a teenager way to say that. And he's just like, okay. And she's like, shut up. I never told you that. And they have a really fun, like, almost brother-sister interaction. Like, I know they're cousins, but, like, it was just really funny. And he was like, well, if you like him, why don't you go to coffee?
Right.
So just go to coffee, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least if you do coffee, you'll know.
Right.
And she's like, okay, that sounds like a reasonable thing. And then she goes off to see Cody.
Yeah.
But they were so cute.
They really were.
I like that they reestablished that relationship, like you said, and I like that the new actors are really kind of paying homage to the old actors, because like they fell right back into that. Like it was very.
Oh yeah, it was just yesterday. Yeah.
Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Super.
So we're at the Metrica pool, and Rick buys Elizabeth a lunch there, and she praises him for taking Willis Cape pro bono, which she isn't really, which we know. Nina's paying it. Ava glares over at Rick and Liz while they're having lunch, and she's having lunch with Nina nearby. Nina mentions that she's secretly paying Rick to represent Willow, and Ava seems eager for Liz to find out about that. She's like, oh, isn't that interesting?
Listen, in Rick's defense, not that he needs defense, because I will always defend him, though, he can't tell anyone that that's client attorney privilege that he's being paid.
Yeah.
Also, like, because he looks awkward and uncomfortable every time she praises him for it, because he wants to tell her.
Yeah, he does.
Because she's used to him being terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He has no danger if he tells her that he's being awful. She knows he's awful.
Yes, he does.
And he seems to be getting somewhere because of this clout. So we'll see.
Right. So then later, Ava talks to Rick alone about all the corporate accounts being frozen. And Rick acts like it's just a temporary thing to curb her spending and avoid attention. Rick ultimately ends up meeting with Alexis to push for one more last payment and suggests they be done after that. So Rick has the same plan as Ava.
The exact same plan and almost the exact same wording. How funny is that?
Yeah. So I wonder if Rick knows what Ava has up her sleeve and we just don't know he knows.
No, I think they just think the same because they're the same kind of jerk.
I guess.
Lovable jerks.
So we're at the Quartermain stables now, and Tracy's taking care of the horses while Cody's at the hospital with Maxie. And then Brooklyn comes in, and they talk about Maxie, and they also talk about how she and Lulu are very similar.
Disagree heavily.
Brooklyn explains how Lulu had been friends with Maxie longer, so she felt like she had to leave because she was on her turf. Tracy feels that Brooklyn would regret not being there for Maxie and push her towards a truce with Lulu. So we're back with Lulu and Liesel, and Liesel apologizes to Lulu for bringing up the coma because she knows it's going to be bring up some feelings for her. Lulu reflects on the hardship of her missing years with her children and says that Maxie cannot go through that. Liesel acknowledges that she should have told Lulu and Dante about getting in touch with Rocco, but she got swept up in the moment, and Lulu understands that. Lulu is being very understanding, surprisingly.
She's on drugs. Who put drugs in Lulu's coffee?
Is an alien taking her over? What's happening?
Casey!
Casey's back. Oh my god!
There was a picture of Robin and Casey the alien on the Reddit subreddit for General Hospital. I think it was today or yesterday, and I laughed so hard.
Right.
Guys, go to the Reddit. It's a mess.
Lulu offers to stay with the kids while Liesel visits Maxie. Ulrich smiles since Maxie would get a kick out of them getting along, and she says you should tell her. Brooklyn comes in after getting a phone call from Lulu, so they make a truce for Maxie's sake. So that was actually a really good scene. I enjoyed seeing them actually get along for once.
It was really good, but also I kind of was a little aggravated because like Brooklyn was going to say the same thing that Lulu was going to say, but Lulu cut her off, didn't let her finish her sentence, and then begged to go first. I was like, damn it, Lulu.
I thought she asked. She wasn't like, is it okay if I go first?
She's like, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go first. But like Lulu was in, like, Brooklyn was in the middle of talking and she just cut her off to tell her the same thing that Brooklyn was going to tell her. So I was kind of like, okay, so Lulu's still trying to control the narrative a little bit. She's not perfect, but I'll take it.
I mean, I enjoyed Lulu actually taking ownership and showing some maturity. That's a lot for her, so I'm proud of her.
It's a lot for this version of her, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some character development, and I
love character development. It's my favorite thing. They should give some to Vaughn. Just a little bit. Give us a name. Where's he from? What country? Where? Is he an American? Who is this man?
All right, so we're back at GH, and Drew finds Willow, and he's anxious to tell her about Michael assaulting him.
Oh.
Willow, Drew says it was a mission because he told Wiley he missed him. That's not the whole story, Drew. That's not all.
No, it was a heavily edited version of what happened, which made him look good, which is how he tells every story, including the statement he wanted Martin to say.
Oh my God, that statement was something.
Like, dude, what is your view of reality right now? Like,
that statement was some bullshit. I was
like, 100%. Even like, I don't know though. I feel like Willow was kind of on to him, and then like, I think she's getting desperate.
Yeah, so Drew manipulates her yet again and wants to speak to her privately in the break room. It seems like Drew is trying to put some fear in Willow that she'll never get her kids back, and he's manipulating and controlling her again. Drew also claims that Nina threatened him and keeping their everything that happened between them a secret. Willow said she kept spinning things to make himself look better. Mm-hmm. Drew acted like the hero again, and he would fight for Willow and help her get her kids back. Willow ends up embracing Drew, but it seemed very uncomfortable to me. I don't think she's really on board. I think that she just...
did that happen first, or did the thing with Christina happen first?
That was later, yeah.
Okay. Because it seems like a weird, like, why did she embrace Drew when she didn't really need him yet? I don't know.
She's getting desperate. Like, she's just getting...
I know she's desperate, but she's, like, so mentally ill. She could have just got, like, because she's supposed to see the kids again, in October? She could have just went in for, like, sessions with Kevin and showed them to the court, you know, and had, like, that. Instead, she's, like, doing crazy stuff because she's doing crazy stuff.
Right.
And just yelling at people that she deserves to see her children because they're hers. Right. And that's her only, like...
Right. So Nina also witnesses this embrace, and she is not...
Yeah, she gets all narrowed-eyed and crazy about it.
So Liesel brings Maxie flowers, and Felicia says she can definitely stick around because she's family, which is cute. I like that.
Well, she is family.
Yeah. James is Oma.
Mm-hmm. Also, Felicia's family has always been a little crazy.
Yeah.
Lucy's a member of that family by, you know, choice, but like they're not normal people.
So we have Cody working on some chores shirtless at the stable, so he looks great.
Sweaty.
He looks really good. Hi, Josh Kelly.
Carrot Flush continues.
So Ava shows up with some sympathetic words about Maxie, including hints that he isn't the good guy that Ava thinks she is.
Oh my God, he's got to stop with that. That's going to attract every woman in 100-mile radius saying like, "I'm not the good man you think I am," and then every woman wants to prove you are.
Right, and everyone
Get therapy, ladies.
Like, come on.
Stop trying to fix him. No, but it was working. Like, because immediately she was like, "Oh, but you are."
All right, so we'll go back to the five poppies for a little bit. Britt walks at recast Greta for chatting up with John Moore, aka Jason. For those of you that didn't catch that in the last week or two, John Moore is his mother's maiden name. Susan Moore was his biological mother.
People don't know that. Susan Moore was a drunk. She was boring, and Monica for the supremacy. No, Susan was actually a pretty interesting character. But
so I love how Jason made up a bogus story, and he brought the ELQ into it. That was
so funny. You know what he was doing an impression of? Really, what he sounded like? Jimmy Lee Holt. And he was because he was like he sounded slightly Southern. And he was talking about being a contractor for ELQ. Like somebody was watching the 80s before they made up some of the storylines. He didn't
even know Jimmy Lee Holt, so that's really funny.
He did.
Well, when he was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, because Jimmy Lee used to take care of him at the gatehouse.
Oh, interesting. Okay, very cool.
Big bastard and little bastard. Thanks, Monica.
There we go. I'm gonna watch the 80s someday. I haven't gotten there.
You have to. The 80s are like, oh my, it's wild. It's like the wild. If you can get on to the tubes and watch it, you're gonna have so much fun because there's so many characters, and you will see that Lila spends all of her time outfoxing her husband. It is very funny.
Yeah,
good stuff.
So Pascal catches Britt spying on Jason and Greta. And Britt complains about the courier's actions and learned Pascal ordered Greta to fish for info.
She's like, she should go back to work.
Go back to work.
And he's like, she's on the clock. I sent her over there. What I think is happening is I think Pascal thinks he's the WSB agent. Yeah. And that's why she's getting so squirrely. It's number one, she's jealous. But also, number two, I think she's worried that they're going to figure out who he is to her, and then keep him so that she'll work in that lab.
Vaughn are still on the hunt for Britt, and they have not been able to find her. Vaughn says that they are out of time and they want to contact Brennan with updates. So Jocelyn wants to do one final sweep of the grounds before they do that.
Don't forget the most important part. They're both in tennis outfits at this point.
Yeah, they were. What's that all about?
I guess they went for the tennis shirts. I just feel like we missed a montage, which really, if you wanted to build chemistry between these two people, have no chemistry. A montage of them changing outfits and appearing in random places at the spa would have been so funny.
It would have been actually really
funny. I would have loved that. Very Scooby-Doo or the Monkees, old school.
So Josh sees Jason with Greta and panics, and she ducks out of sight. That was great, too.
That was great. I love that. I've never seen somebody have, like, the oh shit face. It's just like,
yeah, McCoy did that so well. It was so good.
Yeah. She's so good.
Once Jocelyn makes her way back to the hotel suite, she finds out that Vaughn is gone. Pascal shows up at the door with a gun and says he'd be happy to facilitate a reunion with her husband.
Ooh.
Alleged or so-called husband. He knows that they're not.
That they're fake.
Oulette's already blown their cover, basically, so he knows. He's onto them. So Jason goes to his own suite in surprise when Britt shows up, and she closes the door behind them, and the two of them share an intense look. So I think that's the cliffhanger for them.
Yep.
We'll find out more with them. Hopefully next week we'll find out a little bit more about how Britt survived the hook.
I don't know. She's been so tight-lipped about it.
Yeah. So we're at Bobby's. Brennan shows up with a gift for Carly. I think it was a wrench.
It's really hard for me not to just call it Kelly's.
Yeah, I always call it Kelly's. because we're in the 90s and I still.
What about Rose Kelly?
Yes. So Brennan is going to fix Carly's garbage disposal, and they talk about Maxie, and she tells a story about BJ again. And Carly reflects on her own loss of Morgan and how horrible it is for a mother to lose her child, and she doesn't want Felicia to go through losing another daughter because she already lost Georgie. And this is when Jocelyn is confronted with a gun. So, oh my God.
Yeah, that was nice. I like the timing on that. I also like that she said that she barely survived Morgan and she wouldn't survive losing another kid. No. And I understand that. Like that was
horrific. Oh yeah.
And he's just like, I promise nothing like that will ever happen. Like, how can you do that? You can't. No one can.
So we have back with Cody and Ava. Cody tells her that he wasn't just returning her sunglasses or there to ask her art questions when he was pursuing her. Ava says she has an ulterior motive of her own and doesn't mind that she doesn't mind that she wants to make Rick jealous.
Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I noticed and I helped. Yeah, exactly. And she's like, I like him more now. He likes schemes.
So they continue to have an exchange, and then they start kissing, and then Molly comes in and sees them kissing. And
so the important part about that scene is that she goes off about how the Davis girls are awful.
Oh, yeah.
In the course of that conversation, she kind of let slip that she wants to basically get revenge on all of the Davis girls. And he's like, yeah, but not Molly. And she's like, Molly's the worst one.
I was mad at her for saying that.
That's because
Molly.
Because Molly is Rick's daughter.
Yeah, I guess
that's why. But when she does that, you can see the change on Cody's face, and he decides to roll with the plan because he now knows that he for sure is helping Molly by, sweet talking Ava. But also, Ava looked amazing. I can understand why he would be attracted to her. Her top was adorable. She looked good. Her makeup was great. And, she's crazy hot.
Right. So we're at Maxie's place. Laura shows up and comforts Lulu. They talked about Maxie and when Lulu was in a coma. And Lulu realizes how hard on her being in a coma was for Laura in this moment. And Lulu showed a lot of maturity this week, and I'm very proud of her.
I feel like she's been just reacting to everything around her and not actually stopping to think about everything. So, I think she's been coming from a very emotional place for a long time. And now, that things are not calming down, but, the longer she's awake, I think it's almost like her empathy booted up all of a sudden. And she's like, oh, my God, my mom had to watch me be in a coma. And now Felicia has to watch Maxie be in a coma. And I have to watch Maxie be in a coma. And it's like she suddenly started making connections.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful, by the way.
It really was.
Jeannie Francis, again, crushes every time she's on screen. So
yeah.
And they are really good. They really do give mother-daughter vibes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Nina speaks with Willow soon after she sees her with Drew and clarifies that she's there to support Maxie and her family. Willow manages to keep her cool. She insists that nothing has changed. She still wants nothing to do with Nina.
Yep.
So once Rick approaches Willow next, he urges her to focus on family for character witnesses instead of friends or hospital employees. Mm-hmm. So Christina pops up at the hospital. Willow approaches her about speaking up for her in court. Christina refuses, saying that she would never go against Michael and makes it clear that she was pretending to be nice with Willow before. She facilitated their reunions with his children while she was in Germany, couldn't be bothered because she was with Drew. and she closed by telling her that she is a terrible mother and that the judge is keeping her away from her kids, not Michael, which I love. Go, Christina, go.
This is the first time you have been on Christina's side ever.
This is the first and last, probably.
Yeah, probably. When she started going off, I was like, exactly. This is why you don't have your children. And of course she faked it with you. She wanted to keep her brother in touch with her brother's children. You're so stupid, Willow. She's so dumb. She's so dumb. She better be crazy dumb or I'm going to be really disappointed.
So did Elizabeth overhear this and then she pulled Christina aside? Okay,
she saw it.
I didn't know if she heard it or not, or if she just heard the end of it. I wasn't sure.
She was at the desk. I don't think she should have gotten herself involved because she doesn't. Her and Chase do not have the whole picture.
No,
Like they
agreed.
don't know everything. So they're going off the fact that they can't understand why Michael, a usually very sensible, reasonable man, is not allowing Willow to see her children. They feel like it's some kind of vindictive move on Michael's part. And here Michael's crying over it because he would like nothing less than to have his children be happy. But this woman showed up at his house like a crazy person and may have been messing with Daisy, who's a helpless baby. So like he can't trust her with the kids.
Yeah.
She might murder both the kids and disappear, you know, because like some people, when they're like psychotic like that, they're like, if I can't be with the children, no one can. He can't trust her.
No, definitely not.
Or she might run with the kids, you know, like she's unpredictable. And that's why he's being the way he is. And I agree with him.
So Liz pulls Christina aside and she asks she says Christina knows what it was like to make a big mistake and regret them because she did try to have her killed accidentally, and Rick. So Liz
She was trying to kill Ava.
was trying to kill Ava.
Yeah.
Liz urges Liz urges Christina to show Willow some grace because she was showed some grace. Christina worries that this meant Elizabeth will blab about the cut breaks if she didn't cooperate, and she's afraid that Liz was blackmailing her. But Liz didn't go that far. It was more like a request.
It was a very harsh request.
Very harsh. Yeah.
She's like, I think you should show some empathy. Wink.
Well, she said that Liz doesn't have the full picture because she does not, or she would not be going to bat for Willow.
Right? No, she wouldn't. If she knew about her showing up at, like, she knew she showed up with the wedding dress, and like she knew she was out of her head in that moment. But like, she doesn't know that she may have been scaring Sasha just to like mess with Michael, and like she's been wild, and her relationship with Drew is insane. And from Liz's point of view, she was supposed to be moving on from Drew and getting her act together. But come on, Liz, she slapped the crap out of Lucas. She's unhinged.
Exactly, yeah.
And also, Lucas should have reported that.
Mm-hmm.
I know why he didn't. I understand why he didn't. But like, she's not going to get any help if people just keep saying she's fine.
Yeah. So we have Nina meeting on the stairwell with Rick at GH, and she pushes him to tell Will that she should steer clear of Drew.
And he's like, well, that doesn't have anything to do with the case. And she's like, yeah, but I'm paying you, so.
So you do what I say.
Cynthia Wacho's killing it.
So we also got some flashbacks of Christina going out the window, and also the day that Christina tried to kill Ava, or was going to kill Ava, but ended up
every time they show that scene where she goes into the pool, I laugh so hard.
I was like, is Christina finally going to realize that Ava didn't push her out the window?
No.
And I'm like, no, not happening.
You know what? They should have filmed that scene twice, right? They should have filmed it the way it happened. And they should have filmed it the way Christina sees it in her head, because I would love to see.
I would have loved to have seen that. Yeah.
I actually would have loved to have seen Ava's point of view, and then what happened, and then her point of view. And it would have been like Christina screaming bloody murder in Ava's face in one, and then like Ava grabbing her and throwing her out the window in the other. And that would have been really fun.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
Guys, do it.
Do it. So she has these flashbacks at Alexa's place, and then Rick knocks on the door, so that's where we left off with them. And then Willow calls Drew on the phone and says she does need his help getting her kids back. Elizabeth is eavesdropping nearby and overhears this, and seems a little frustrated about Willow's latest decision. So,
I would have called Christina and been like, hey man, never mind.
Like, I was wrong. Just
my bad. I pushed that. And I will cash that favor in later. Thank you very much. And then I would have hung up.
Yeah.
Maybe for a bake sale instead, and not this.
All right. I did like Liz sticking it to Christina. That was great.
You liked it because you hate Christina.
I know. But I agree with her for a minute, and then I was like, no.
I 100% agreed with her. Like, everything she said was perfect.
No, I agree with all that, but
Perfect.
I'm not going to agree with her again.
Kate Mansi, so good at making Derek angry.
Oh, I think she's a great actress. I love
Oh,
her.
I do too. I do too. I'm not
Oh,
saying I don't think anybody on the show is a bad actor. I think they're all incredible. I think sometimes
yeah.
they just don't have the chemistry that the show wants them to have. And I wish they would pivot. Like I wish they would pivot in
Yeah,
some cases. I still don't want them to put Curtis and Jordan together, and it still feels like they're heading that way.
right.
Boo.
All right. Well, anything you wanted to mention about this week?
I really thought that like they're doing an incredible job of showing that there's more to what's happening to Britt than we know or that they're saying. And that whoever is in charge literally has control of her life because they have that drug she needs. They have that drug she needs, so they can do whatever they want to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how she's trying to work around it to do what she wants anyway. That's very Brit. So that was fun to see that happening. And also, she's such a complicated character that, like, when you watch her with Jason, you're like, does she like him? Does she hate him? What is she feeling in this moment? And you're like, all the things. She's just out there. So I'm really glad she's back. It's really fun, and she really lights Steve Burton up. So Kelly Thibault? I never pronounce it right.
I think it's
Thibault?
Tia Bud. Yeah.
I'm terrible with names.
I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but I'm going with that.
I'm gonna learn. I gotta learn. I'm so bad. I gotta learn. I'm excited since she and Kathleen Gotti have gotten back. The show's been kind of on fire.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I don't know if it was just like maybe they're good for morale. Maybe they came in and a whole bunch of people got happy. They were like excited to see them. But the energy output is so good.
Gotten in this year is them returning to the show.
Oh my god! This again, I know I keep saying it, is my favorite Steve Burton run of all time.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah, hands down, so great, so great.
Yes. Okay, well we have a surprise for you all. So Labor Day, Monday, September 1st. It is our 1-year anniversary of doing the General Hospital podcast.
Woo!
So me and Karen have been doing this for a year now. Hard to believe it's already been a year. So we will be going live at noon on Labor Day. We will do the recap as normal for the week before, and we'll have some fun things. So please come and join us for that right before your barbecues and everything else. Come and hang out with us.
If you have any questions for us, you can also put them in the comments.
Yeah, we will answer.
If we get enough, maybe we'll do a little Q&A.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a Q&A. If you guys want to put some questions in the comments, we'll definitely be happy to answer any of your questions.
We'll talk about General Hospital till the cows come
home. Yes, of course. And also you can chat in live with us and we'll answer your questions on air as well. So,
I will.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to head over to Patreon now, and we have a clip of the week to watch. And the magical algorithm is very confused this week. Not only because there's 6 nominations, but because there's so many great clips to choose from. So, first nomination is going to be Jason and Britt.
Choose that one, magical algorithm.
Second nomination is going to be Nina Goes Into the Pool.
Oh, wait, that was good.
The third nomination is going to be Drew vows to take everyone down no matter what he has to do.
Cameron Matheson, Crazy Eyes.
Yes.
So good.
The next nomination is going to be Lulu and Liesl Tell the Kids About Maxie.
Sweet.
And the next nomination is going to be Felicia at Maxie's bedside. And then the final nomination is going to be Felicia and Anna.
It's too much. I think the magical algorithm is going to show us a montage of people going off the parapet.
Yep. Something's going to happen. So we will speculate on Patreon as normal, and we will talk about our performers of the week, and we will reveal the clip of the week. So please join us on Patreon. We will see you all next week for our live show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.